What's going on, everybody? This is an episode from the No Gimmicks Needed Wrestling podcast. Do you like podcasts and you want to see the full podcast? Make sure you check out the No Gimmicks Needed Wrestling podcast on all your podcast platforms, such as Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Stitcher, Spotify, iHeartRadio, among many others. But you're listening to the episode right here on YouTube, so make sure you hit that like button and below, and make sure you hit the subscribe button to NC Studios and NC Level Up for all your gaming needs. This is the Nerd Coalition. Enjoy the show. 2021, we made it out. All right, we made it out that year, and man, did wrestling, like as a whole, take a damn hit in 2021. I mean, it got its ass kicked. Okay, so let me ask y'all: did y'all come up with any worst of 2021, or y'all?
I'm currently doing mine right now.
The worst of 2021.
Yeah,
I think the biggest thing would be the firings.
Okay, yeah, well, yeah, I have that. The reason why I was asking if y'all came up with anything for the worst 2021, I have a list. I have,
I mean, we probably have a lot of overlap.
A lot of the list, yeah, I was about to say, we all seen the same thing.
No. What I was trying to say was that I was just going to mention something off the list, and we can converse about it. Mm-hmm. And then, just, as I just move on down the list and stuff like that, because people may have the same thing. Mm-hmm. If they have anything extra that they wanted to add,
then we can do that.
We can obviously do that. So, y'all okay with that?
That's fine.
Yep.
I'm trying to see if there's anything I missed.
Okay. And I'm about to say, look, as much as, Grandpa Scrooge over there was, Western pissed him off this year, I know he got to have something over there. But, I'm going to kick it off real quick. I'm going to start light then get heavy of things that bother me, and y'all chime in. So, I'm going to start off with this. Worst of 2021, I kick it off with Nikki A.S.H.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
That's...
I've been begging for Nikki Cross to come back. And after Alexa Bliss, which I will get to later, turned into Bray Wyatt Jr., Lady Wyatt, however you want to call it, I figured, okay, Nikki Cross is going to have to go back to that crazy Nikki Cross from the NXT Black and Gold to go ahead and to face her best friend, that whole storyline. But then she came with the superhero gimmick. And I was like, okay, that was...
No. Almost a superhero.
Oh, excuse me. Because we never had no full superheroes other than the Hurricane in WWE. And she comes up with this gimmick, and I'm like, okay, so are they going to do the superhero, almost superhero, or wait till she levels up to go up against Alexa Bliss? And would that be like a Mania match or a SummerSlam match? Nothing came from Nikki A.S.H. But, however, they gave her the Money in the Bank briefcase. Mm-hmm. She won this year, and she cashed it in on Charlotte, of all people, and won the championship and had a terrible reign. Mm-hmm. Every match she had with Charlotte, she got her ass kicked and then came out in the end. And then now she goes with the tag team where Rhea Ripley becomes, the champions, but then now they have a storyline where they're breaking up, and like she's always costing Rhea Ripley the matchup. And I was like, for a woman that Nikki Cross came up with this gimmick herself. This was her idea. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, all right, you kind of want to see things succeed, to be honest with you, but I was just like, I'm sorry, y'all. I wasn't feeling this, and I think it really gave her a hard hit. And on top of that, they didn't really do much. There's a lot of things you could sell with kids off the Nikki A.S.H. stuff.
Yes.
And they didn't capitalize on it.
They dropped the ball just like they dropped the ball with Naomi and the glow thing.
Yes. A lot of things have been dropped. Y'all thoughts on Nikki A.S.H.?
I don't have anything to add. It was not good.
Aside from the fact that the gimmick is legit terrible, I have nothing else. It's terrible, and it's been terrible ever since they got rid of her freaking faction.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you talking about Sanity?
For the title, though.
Yeah.
I forgot all about that.
And then they give her the title after doing some dumb shit like that. Get out of here.
I was about to say, when you said Sanity, I was like, damn. Eric Young is way back in Impact. Now I forgot all about Sanity. Okay, well, that's the Nikki. I already know probably like Nikki A.S.H. But
Not at all.
Not at all. My next band that I had for 2021. Now I know I'm not going to get feedback from Lady Sketch or Q Flow on this one, but I want to hear Prime's opinion on this one because, in my personal opinion, America's Top Team. I could not stand them.
Yo, you are definitely about to hear it from me. AEW, listen, it's bad enough AEW was getting hit with the WWE retirement home name slander or whatever. They legit got every UFC fighter that got knocked the fuck out real recently and put them on their show.
Oh Jesus!
Yeah, I wasn't getting that.
What's homeboy?
Something Santos.
Junior Dos Santos. Knock the hell out. What's homie with the long hair?
All right, let's just be honest, Q. Ain't nobody that's winning and dominating the UFC about to be in the wrestling company. That's why Ronda Rousey waited until she lost 3 times to want to come over.
Oh,
Kane, I don't remember.
Tyson Fury was winning right before he came into wrestling.
Well, Tyson Fury. That's boxing though.
That's boxing. Okay.
Yeah. I don't remember Cain Velasquez getting knocked the hell out though before coming to UFC. I mean, before pulling up the WWE.
Oh, yeah,
I think he retired. Yeah. Ronda Rousey, yes, that's a good point. But it's different though because
I don't think they're gonna get anybody that's winning to be like they're almost like they're full time. Almost,
No, but you could grab like the retired guys. Well, no.
I can't remember I kind of get what Q was saying because that whole rivalry and then with them in the Inner Circle, which in my personal opinion, America's Top Team set Inner Circle back before they became forward. I was like, y'all might just in the group right now, and obviously none of them could wrestle. And then it was like, we know y'all gotta try to make this a little bit believable. And I was like, it was not believable that some of these Inner Circle members, including Jake Hager, was kicking their ass.
Let me see these names, man. Junior Dos Santos, he got knocked the hell out. Paige Van Zandt, I love her.
I don't think Paige Van Zandt ever won. Honestly.
She never won a fight. Got knocked the hell out. Got knocked the hell out. They had Jorge Masvidal. That's what I was thinking of. What?
Do you know Valerie Ladora?
No.
Okay, well, I'd rather her have her in place than Paige Van Zandt because at least she wins. She wins matches.
Oh wow. See, look, they had Jorge Masvidal. He got the sweat knocked off of him. Literally he got the sweat knocked. That's what I'm saying. Like that was the dumbest. I'm saying like, yo, did they get every UFC fighter that got knocked out?
It must have, and then they added Ethan Page and Scorpio Sky with Dan Lambert. I was like, I don't understand the story. I don't understand the group, and it didn't last. And then they had that terrible hardcore match at was it Full Gear Prime?
Yeah, that was Full Gear.
Yeah, back when Jericho had to sit on the rope from the line saw and tell them because they missed their cue to come there and hit him off the rope. Yeah.
What?
Yeah, it was that bad. It was that bad. Look, I'm not saying I'm going to mention AEW a lot on this list, but I'm going to call them out when shit was bad. And America's Top Team was not something.
Yeah, America's Top. Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, UFC retirement home, bro.
Exactly, because I forgot that Q watched UFC, so he will understand what was going on with America's Top Team. So yeah. So if you ever want to watch a bad storyline, dear, like I said, I know America's Top Team in Inner Circle was terrible.
No, thank you.
Next up, Ric Flair.
Oh, he was on my list.
So
man. I didn't write nothing. I just wrote Ric Flair nonsense. That was literally on my list.
So
Ric Flair, you can add to that one because he's still going crazy. He is killing Becky.
Yeah, look, Ric Flair had a hell of a year. Remember, Ric Flair was in a storyline where everybody thought he got Lacey Evans pregnant. Mm-hmm. And then she was going down.
That was this year too?
I forgot about that, bro.
That was early this year.
That was early 2021, yep.
And then, Shaw was all pissed at him like, how could I was like, why are we doing this? We know this man got a catheter in the bag. We ain't getting no young girl pregnant. That's just gross.
They ain't getting nobody pregnant.
Okay, it was gross when it was Trish Stratus and Vince, but it is gross thinking about Lacey Evans and Ric Flair. It's just, Space Mountain unbended. Okay, it got to be.
She had to be in Gorilla position with her head in her hands every time they had to do this. Like, ugh.
Oldest rod, longest line. Man.
Yeah. Oh well, don't worry.
It's closed for repairs.
So he leaves so he can do his little car show commercials. As was released, he goes down to Mexico. You know, with his son-in-law, Andrade, a future son-in-law, and then Dark Side of the Ring came out. And we heard about helicopter Peters. We heard about Petey Pod, Ric Flair.
Oh God!
Take your head spin like a helicopter.
Disgusting.
We found out about that, Rick. And man, did the heat come on him?
Definitely. And
you know what?
And it just went downhill from there.
It really did, because he sat there and made a statement on another podcast before that show came out, because he already knew.
He had to know. He had to know, like, they're gonna talk about what really happened on this ride, and it's gonna be bad.
And he said, "Look, I'm putting the cushion down," but I was like, "This joint ain't no cushion." He took Tommy Dreamer down with him.
Definitely did. Tommy Dreamer. You know what? That was another worst. Tommy Dreamer shot himself in the foot. There were preventable things that happened. Like, bruh, you could have just sat down and shut up.
Really? It was like, oh my God. So then all of a sudden he creates his own podcast.
Oh God.
Then as Q-Flow saying, destroying Becky.
Definitely.
About the man. And talk about Daniel Bryan was made on the match where he beat Triple H at Mania 30 to go into the main event. Like, Triple H made Daniel Bryan.
What?
Excuse me? Okay. I was like, Ric Flair.
Somebody take his phone, his microphone, all
I'm about
of
to
it.
say, you are clearly just talking to just talk. And
he's just talking.
Did you hear the latest? The latest in this is he won the their little squabble about the man, which is why they've been calling her Big Time Bex.
That's why they calling her Big Time Bex.
Wow.
He was all upset. They're trying to erase my legacy, and I'm like, bruh, okay.
There's some things you just do yourself. There's some things you do yourself.
You dug your hole, bro.
And I was just like, Rick. I was just saying, it's just getting worse and worse. I know it's trying to, and the more outrageous shit he's saying.
Come on, Richard.
Oh God.
The more shit you talk about to get you away from what happened, like Dark Side, I'm just like, man, it ain't looking good for him coming over to AEW.
Yeah, no, he needs to chill.
Because originally they was going to think about signing him over there, but no, I definitely don't think that's happening. All right, after Ric Flair, I got the Queen's Crown Tournament. Now, I know you're looking over at me right now. The people can't see your face like a sketch, but you're looking at me like, what's the Queen's Crown?
No, I'm thinking, I'm trying to jog my memory here.
Queen of the Ring, right?
That's Zelina Vega, right? Yeah. That's her little title now, right?
Yeah.
Quote unquote.
Quote unquote. So, the Queen's Crown, how mishandled this tournament was, and how no women's match really got over 3 minutes at all, and then the finals at Crown Jewel was finally 6 minutes, which was more time than the whole first round. To this mishandling of Toni Storm, Shayna Baszler, Piper Niven, because he keep calling her Dewdrop.
Dewdrop sounds so juvenile and ridiculous.
I don't know where they get where they come up with these names from, but
is Piper Niven her legal name?
I'm not sure.
Okay.
Is it Prime? Prime, do you know if it's a legal name or not?
I don't know. I just know that's her ring name.
No ring, yeah.
Because she was Piper Niven, and then when she came to NXT UK, she was Viper.
This is what the Eagles are for.
Gotcha.
Because I have a feeling, especially after all the pushback, that no, it's not her. That's not her
legal name.
Legal name. That's just her ring name. I have a feeling like I thought it was her legal name, because it seems like they like, all right, well, we won't have to give you a name so we don't have to fight with you over the copyrights.
Well, Dewdrop ain't it. I'm sorry.
It's definitely not.
And the way they just like you could have really for the first time. First of all, this was a display of like, oh my god, if we're going to do King of the Ring, we gotta do something for the fine. Just pick 6 or 8 women and just you know what? We didn't give Selena no love on September 11th. Give it to her.
Oh, she wasn't here.
What you mean? She was here.
She was.
Oh, she was.
No,
Had she just come back?
No, she had plans to be on that September 11th show on SmackDown that was in Madison Square Garden.
That's what I'm saying. Had she just come back?
She made her costume and all that.
Just come back from where?
Her release.
From being fired.
Oh, yeah, when they rehired her, yeah.
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Yeah, and they did not put her on the show at all.
They didn't.
And then I'm just like, I was like, look, this Queen of the Ring, because they don't even give a shit about this, and they just say, you know what? Here, we sorry. Let me give you something. Because all of a sudden, she been losing, and all of a sudden, I'm talking about winning. She beat Toni Storm. She beat Toni Storm in less than 3 minutes in the first round.
That's rude.
Whenever.
And now Toni ain't even got a job.
No disrespect to Selena Vega at all. I love me some Selena Vega.
She seems like a lovely person, and she seems like she's working, but she ain't beating Toni Storm.
But it's not even about beating Toni Storm. They have not built her up to be convincing of that. Her resume is better in Impact than it is in WWE. Mm. And she barely worked there. And you bring her back to get like beat the fuck up, and all of a sudden it's just like, okay, this is obviously, here we go. We sorry. We didn't really care about the Queen of the Ring in the first place. It was a terrible tournament, and I don't even want to see another one done after this. Thoughts, y'all? So I don't be the one to keep talking.
Oh no, I agree. Plus we already have a queen, and that's our SmackDown Women's Champion.
Which I'm surprised, because also it's like y'all didn't put no names in here really, and the names that y'all did put in here that they could have made a name for themselves, you didn't do anything with. And like I said, I thought Shayna Baszler was going to do something with it, win it, and go win the title. But I was like, well,
they're not going to put a title.
I don't even know where Shayna Baszler is right now.
Home or in catering.
She is Sonya Deville's crony.
That's right.
Oh. I have not been watching SmackDown.
Yeah, every time Sonya tries to quote unquote get in a match with Naomi, she gets Shayna Baszler to do it. And Shayna's been winning most. They've been killing Naomi for the most part, but I think once Xia Li came, Naomi started winning.
Did she disappear for like a month?
And then she disappeared.
Yeah, you called that part.
Listen. Your boy Jimmy get one more DUI. Him and Naomi is fired.
Hey.
Now we still part of that bloodline.
That's right. I forgot.
Talk about the bloodline, boss.
You're right. They're going to blame it on Naomi. That's cool.
They're going to blame it on Naomi. Where were you at when G was getting plastered?
Where were you when Jimmy's getting plastered?
Woo!
Oh, God.
We got to stop.
Oh, God. I need to watch that movie.
Yes.
Honestly, just tune into VH1 on a random Thursday at 3 p.m.
Oh, I got it on. I bought it on Amazon Prime. Oh.
Next one I have on my list, Survivor Series 2001.
I thought that
21.
The return of your girl would be higher than this.
Return my which one?
Your girl. Your fave.
Careful now, who we talking about?
Eva Marie.
You know what she talking about.
Eva fucking Marie.
That's on the list.
That's number one. That's number one on his list.
You want to talk about a fumble?
Fuck Eva fucking Marie. Okay, I'm sorry. The run was shit. They didn't know what to do with it. They made Doudrop look bad, and then they fired her. Ah!
That was ridiculous. That whole entire ordeal was ridiculous. I honestly, they made me feel bad for her because I was just like, there was no point in this even happening.
I ain't feel bad for her at all.
Yeah, we don't need Eva Marie to get Doudrop over. Piper Niven over. We don't need
that is insulting.
That was very insulting.
How would you say that is absurd?
How does that happen?
Yeah, exactly. That is absurd. Next up, Survivor Series. So, I put the whole event on here.
Oh, you mean the whole tribute show to the person that never showed up?
That never showed up.
Oh my God, that was actually
the whole thing with the red notice egg.
That was
the whole storyline. Vince McMahon looking like stretched skin over a skeleton.
And I watched the movie. I just recently watched the movie. Trash, in my opinion.
What?
So it was good. It was good, UQ.
I didn't hate Red Notice. However, I would not have.
You mean to tell me you did not stand up and toss your head across the room and talk about
This double twist is the best thing I've ever seen in my life.
Because I was like, double twist? What double? I was like, I honestly did not even. I honestly thought they was together the whole time. That's why I was like, what do you mean double twist? What do you mean?
I told y'all, if y'all want to see a good twist ending, stay serious. Batman Beyond: Return of the Joker got one of the best twist endings.
Go watch Knives Out.
Okay,
I'll give you that. It was kind of predictable, but it was done well.
But the fact that this man said, I got up and threw my head against the wall.
That's the part that's like, all right, because what?
Come on now.
Come on.
Because it wasn't even, all right.
Like, bro, you was finna be The Rock. Like, you The Rock in every movie you in. You knew what was finna happen in this movie. Come on. Dwayne.
He said, no, that's the one, okay? That's the one. So if it's going around holding this egg, and somebody steals the egg, and by the way, the whole show sucked. They did care nothing about the show.
They really did.
It was about The Rock. What you mean?
All should be Rock never showed up. The Raw SmackDown stuff sucked. They disrespected the ladies in that whole matchup.
Mm-hmm. Whole thing was trash.
You know what I'm saying? That's what Becky wore the Scarlet Witch thing, right? That Prime did.
Yeah, I hated that. You like that, Prom?
I just said the red was good. That's all I said.
Look, but it was just no love put in this show whatsoever.
Mm-hmm.
And it like I said, and it sucked. And the whole event itself, I was just like, Survivor. This right here, I already knew it was done, but really, it's really the end. Mm-hmm. They don't care about Survivor Series. Money in the Bank took its place because Money in the Bank is getting stadium shows now. Mm. Survivor Series barely getting their ring. They barely filled that thing up. It's the one time a year Raw SmackDown goes against, even though we just seen that happen from then till now.
Yeah.
They ain't stopped crossing over in the brand split. Next on my list, the barbed wire death match aftermath between Jon Moxley and Kenny Omega.
Oh my God! I promise you. As I was sitting here putting this together, I was like, I don't know what this match was called. I just know this has to be on the list. Why did this happen?
The match was good.
I said
ending,
no.
I'm saying
the end part.
The ending, yeah, because people usually, obviously rep that into the match. Let's get this out of the way. The match was good. Yes. But the explosion of what you wanted to see didn't match. First of all, the match was over, so it technically didn't have to go off. That's first and foremost. Second, it went off in the way that it was like a movie. It was like a Tyler Perry movie. It was like Eddie Kingston pushed everybody out the way. He went in and hugged them, and then nothing. Farty pyro.
Yo.
That's what.
Is going to miss you?
Eddie Kingston goes in there, and them I've seen more devastating. Me, Q, and Lady Sketch up here see more devastating fireworks in Philly than I see at the ending of that ring explosion.
Melvin come from around that corner, get them short ribs.
That was a mess. I remember looking at that like, are they serious? I was like, I don't think this is supposed to be happening like this. You just gotta.
Sorry. I just thought of something. My bad. No, sorry.
Oh, no, I'm about to say, you go ahead and say
it. Go ahead, one thing.
No. It's not related to this. After this, remind me. It's after this, though. It's gotta be after this.
So, I recommend y'all to go watch the match at Revolution, but
just cut it off after the bell goes.
Yeah, exactly. Because after the whole countdown and everything, he was like, "Yo, they about to blow." I thought it was about to be some Wrestling Society X stuff with it.
Yeah, I thought it was gonna be like Onita when he used to do his death matches. It just looked like smoke.
And that's how. And then after that, if you just see, dead kicks and later, but the fact that he still sold it after the match,
that was very much a lot.
And then they tried to turn it into a storyline with him and Don West and it tried to make it seem like
Don West. This ain't TNA.
I'm sorry, I'm not talking about not Don West. I'm talking about
Callis.
Don Callis. Yeah. Oh man. But by the way, shout out to Don West. His cancer came back, so.
Oh.
I want to make sure he's all right. So yeah, they tried to turn it to a storyline, but it was like, no, everybody's like, nope. We see through all this shit. You fucked up. And we're gonna put this on the AEW fucked up shit. Like I said, they ain't been fucking up too much, but when they fucked up, they fuck up bad.
Yeah. All right, I got one.
Okay.
I got one. This has to be talked about because I can't believe this. This almost didn't happen. It slid in at the end.
Okay.
This is probably the worst out of this whole list, other than Eva Marie. But the Randy Rhodes promo is the worst. I'm gonna say.
You talk about which one?
With Dan Lambert.
Oh, cause you a black belt, but I'm a black bitch. You talk about that promo?
Yes.
Oh.
The worst.
Who wrote that?
She gets on my nerves.
The worst.
She wrote it. She wrote it.
That's
I wanna like Brandy so bad.
I don't.
Who told you this was open mic night? Come on, man. No.
I mean, like, as a person, she seems quite nice, but like wrestling wise,
look,
stuff just be.
Y'all exhale to the mic.
Stuff be janky, bro. I don't like
she
it.
Seems like. I'm not gonna lie to you. I don't want to say she seems white, but she seems like she don't like no ounce of that in her, and then all of a sudden it just don't make sense.
Listen, she ain't had to, because that was a lot.
Because it's the same thing. It's like when it's how do I explain it? It's like that black girl that's very modest, goes to work, polite to everybody, brings muffins and shit like that.
Not brings muffins.
And then it's like,
sir,
as my character, I'm gonna bring out my hood side because
yes, like
remember it's the same thing. When she did that promo with Jay Cargill, who this dizzy broad said? Wait.
It wasn't believable then either.
But hey, she didn't stumble over her words like Jay did at the beginning. I was just like, oh shit. I was like, there's nothing she can do but flex in front of her. That's all she can do. And I was like, when she came with Dan Lambert, I was just like, it do be coming out of nowhere.
It's like
sometimes it do be coming out of nowhere. Do I laugh?
Listen,
I do get a good laugh.
Now listen,
I'm a black bitch.
I'm not sure if
they made that shit to a t-shirt.
I'm not sure if this is what Swole was talking about. Like I know this is not exactly what she meant, but the authenticity of this is just not there. Like, if we say, all right, well, we need more colors on the show, that does not mean bring Brandy out to do a lackluster promo. Like, I don't understand what is going on. Why y'all keep letting her do this? She don't. You know how to be like, she don't have no friends because they let her come outside looking like that. Why y'all be letting her go on TV and embarrass herself?
What,
Cody?
Hey, Q-Flow. Cody ended racism.
He did. Him and the one ace Cuban Cody Rhodes is going to resolve all the problems with racism in this country with his biracial child.
Hey, Prime. What year did Cody end racism?
Oh my God! Come on, man.
What happened?
Cody Rhodes apparently ended racism.
In what year, Prime?
I'm not answering that question. I'm not playing along.
In 1961.
I'm mad.
I'm not playing along.
I'm not playing along. That's a lot, bro. Like, come on.
Because, colors and whites were not allowed to drink the same water fountain. Oh, my God. That promo. Was that this year or last year?
That was this year.
Look, you know what's funny? Because
no, that wasn't this year.
That was this year because the reason why that's funny.
You mean 2021, rather. Because
he's on my list.
Wait, that was 2021. That was 2021 because I was there.
I said he's on my list.
Cody Rhodes?
Oh.
Cody Rhodes.
Just Cody Rhodes.
Is on my list.
Oh, well, of course. Let's put them together.
That's why I was like, just Cody?
Because going on to the next one, Cody Rhodes is on my list.
Yep.
And I might as well just lump him in here with Brandy because I don't know what is going on with Cody. Okay,
I don't either.
And it's like I like Cody, just back up some. You know what I'm saying? Because Cody wants to be the hero. He wants to be the one that's invoking change by himself, and he's also the one that fans are clearly over Cody's shit. Right?
We're gonna have to give him the Martin Luther Cream name. We're gonna take it from Sean King.
Over it. And
let's since we talk about Cody, let's lump in Arn Anderson falling every week with that too.
Hey, what you mean?
Chill.
What you mean? Armed Anderson?
Arn had the answers. I'm gonna go get the Glock. You know what I'm saying? Let off a couple shots. He had the right answers, man.
He had. Hey, that's
Arn said, "Listen, it's Glock o'clock over here. Y'all better
Glock o'clock."
This man fall
y'all
like
better
every
get out
other
my
week.
face.
I know y'all seen he fell off the stage.
Yes.
Oh,
I don't think. Have you seen that footage where he fought the stage?
yes, I saw it. And he had to get up, and they had to fight him into the back so he could go sit down on his rollator.
It's like somebody just like jumped at him. And he just lost a foot because I was like the man was running up the ramp.
Listen, there is no way in the world you can convince me that there's no life insurance. I'm sorry, not life insurance, health insurance plan. They got way too many elders walking around AEW.
No, those are employees. You know what I'm saying? Don't say Arn Anderson no independent contractor. That man is an employee. So
they got way too many elders walking around here to not have no kind of coverage.
Look,
Jake Roberts falling over every time.
I ain't seen Jake Roberts yet. That man hurt his knee.
Jake Roberts. Armed Anderson.
Don't forget about Tully.
I was getting there.
With the spike pile driver.
Like, yo, Sting. Because we can pretend all we want.
Hold on now.
Listen.
Sting takes bumps, though.
Sting is going in my best next week.
I'm not saying that Sting was bad or he was in the worst. I'm just saying that he is, despite what he's still doing, in this bunch of elders. I'm sorry. He may not be Tully and Arn old, but he fought the wrong way. I ain't gonna say what I was gonna say.
No, this man got power bombed by Brian Cage. I think he can take some balls. I'm sorry.
He be scaring me.
Power bombed by Brian Cage and then just like.
First of all, Sting is
die.
as old as Tully and Arn. He just keep drinking his protein shakes and go to
Fine.
church.
As long if you old enough to be somebody's granddad, I'm concerned.
Well, nowadays that's 30. So
that's facts. That's big facts. If you old enough to be Big Mama's husband, then I'm concerned.
Sting be over there doing DDP yoga.
Hey.
Listen, DDP yoga out here saving lives. He might be the best on the best of 21 list. Yeah. He ain't done a thing. He's just still there.
And then the one thing that pissed me off about Cody this year, they say that pissed off Pride. Cody interjected himself in all these big time matches. And Cody be trying to get people over. That he tries to do this whole storyline about how he needs to come back. Like Arn out there burning his salmon colored suits and shit like that in the yard. He had to go back to the Nightmare Factory and say get slapped by Red Velvet. To awaken him. He thought, why the fuck am I doing this? Even brings out a flaming table that he took the majority of the and pinned Andrade still on fire.
For what?
So we can like him, and then we
then we
had the whole Rose to the Top show this year. Also, with explaining him and Brady's baby, he did everything to finally get over until he finally gave the middle finger to everybody.
You mean Miz and Maurice the sequel?
There ain't no sequel.
Because listen, tell me that Rose to the Top was not literally the same exact show.
Yes, just so we had black people in it.
So it was like a Real Housewives, Miz and Maurice.
Yeah, because we had Brandy and her black ass family.
Stop it.
But see, this is why at that point
we didn't even see her family though.
We did. We
saw her
we seen like one clip of her mom, and the rest of it was Cody's sisters, Cody's mom, and Cody's family, and then Cody's.
Was it any of the Cubans?
No, actually. It was like nobody. The only person that was Brandy's friend was Jade. Like everybody else, Cody's friends, Cody's family, his
don't forget about
sister,
Sonny
his brother.
Kiss.
No, that's what I'm talking about. That's why I said any of the Cubans.
Hey, Prime, don't forget about Sonny Kiss.
Really?
He was on there for like a second.
He was there with us.
I just
Y'all see
listen.
his new T-shirt.
Honestly, I want the best for y'all. Like I really want y'all to be, living your best life. But this ain't it. It's not. I knew it was finna be bad when he got that ugly ass neck tattoo. I hate that thing.
So I'm sorry, y'all. Y'all tried it, but Cody and Brandy, thanks for bringing that up, Prime. Cody and Brandy are in my band for 2021.
He was doing a lot. That table thing, I was just like, all right, cause come on. Like he was just doing a lot.
Brandy getting all emotional when he doing that speech about their daughter. I'm just like, okay. Yes, but there's a different... No.
Y'all are not the Lovings. Stop. I'm sorry. It irked me like... What?
Hey, she ain't got a black... she ain't got a black belt because she's a black bitch.
What is that about? Come on. I hate it. Move on to the next thing.
Moving on from Cody and Brady on our list, I'm going to Hannibal and the Referee.
Actually, did I see that?
What you say?
I didn't see it. I heard about it. I didn't see it.
You ain't see that shit?
Nope. I don't think I wanted to either.
You didn't. Actually, my wife brought it to my attention first. I had to go back and see it. Hannibal played Devin Nicholson, who was under a mask, the guy who stabbed the referee.
Oh, yes. Oh, that man was crazy.
New Jack? He was like, New Jack died, so I gotta take up the man.
Yeah, well, no. Because
Bums away.
We ain't do that.
Not to this man and the referee. I just, every time somebody say New Jack, I think about that.
That referee literally almost lost his life.
That's fucked up. I didn't know that. Like, I didn't see anything else after the initial story.
Yeah.
But this man is crazy.
They had to shave that man's head off to get that man stitches.
Ugh.
And all the blood loss that he had.
What's wrong with y'all?
And because he couldn't hear the referee count because he was asking was he ready, he kept on doing it. Look, when you're a professional wrestler, I'm not a professional wrestler, but I've listened to, I heard about this topic, professional wrestlers, and I know the whole thing. Your job is to protect the person you're working with in the ring. Their life is in your hands. We've seen people's lives go wrong from a simple move like the 619. Rey Mysterio accidentally killed the man.
Oh, okay, you said a lot. You said, okay, all right.
Yeah. I'm about to say, you remember that situation where Rey Mysterio killed the guy, right?
Yeah, but you were saying like something almost happened. Like, nah, this man died.
Wait, Rey Mysterio?
No.
Rey Mysterio?
Oh,
nah.
Q, come on, man.
I don't know, man.
Oh yeah, in Mexico, I forgot what the guy's name was.
You know the move where like he kick them and they like bounce off the rope and they just sit there. He did that, and then the dude I guess took it wrong and then died. And then he hit him with a 619 for real.
Oh Lord.
Yeah, it's like something as simple as that or a suplex. Like so many people, the reason why Bret Hart's career was over earlier.
Oh no, don't blame that on that. No, come on now.
I'm not going to blame it fully on Goldberg, but I'm going to blame something on Sid.
Goldberg should not have been throwing a super kick. That's all.
Goldberg should have been doing a super kick, but once again, Goldberg should have been taught better also.
Yeah, you're right.
Should have ducked.
He said he should duck. Goldberg kicked the fuck out of Bret Hart's head.
He kicked the shit out of Bret Hart.
And caused him concussions and seizures, and so he had to retire early. Bret Hart.
Don't give me a reason not to mess with Goldberg any further.
I was Goldberg, like I said, was inexperienced. You know what I'm saying?
What happened?
Goldberg was inexperienced, and at one point, Bret Hart said he forgave him. Then Bret Hart became Dick Gregory and older fuck it, and just said fuck Goldberg.
Because Bret Hart could very well also have like CTE or some shit. I'm not being funny. I'm being serious. He could very well have CTE.
So, it is your responsibility to protect those that you're in the ring with, and what he did was careless, and you should be charged with something.
Yeah, you don't do that. Don't go off script and do all of this, and then he just get to walk away scot-free. That's messed up.
I mean, New Jack never went to jail.
This is very true.
But he did go to court.
Did Owen Hart get this energy?
Say what?
I was in your tone, sir.
Did Owen Hart get that energy? Did he break Stone Cold neck?
Well, he broke Stone Cold neck, and they did turn to a storyline. I don't
But
know.
he broke Stone Cold's neck on accident though.
Oh,
Yeah, no. I mean, it's one thing.
Stone Cold was down a little bit too far than he was supposed to be.
It's
But
one thing for things to not
no.
go right in the ring. Like accidents happen, unfortunately, and they could be bad. The issue with this was, like, are you familiar with this story at all, Q?
What, with Goldberg kicking him in the head?
No. with the thing we talk about now with the dude stabbing a referee.
Oh, no.
So it's like, I wouldn't put this in the same category as even Goldberg kicking Bret Hart. It's like, okay,
no,
yes,
not at all. You
he's
stabbing somebody.
inexperienced.
This is
He's inexperienced and he messed up, like,
or like the Sexy Star incident back a couple years ago.
Yeah, it's like you went off script, cut this man, and he had major blood loss. Like, what? Why? If this was not a wrestling match, you would be in jail. So why not? Why not charge him with something?
That's a fact.
I guess it's up to the referee. If he didn't want to press charges, then.
Well, I mean, I got a little more in the case, but I did want to give that a mention.
Yeah, that was big charge.
My next mention of 2021, the mistreatment of Bray Wyatt in the Hurt Business.
Oh my God, that was big trash, bro.
This man just want to spend an hour in the Hurt Business. All right, I'm going on mute, y'all. This about to take.
I'm not going to
take 2
spend
hours.
an hour on the Hurt Business.
Red hot.
I'm not going to spend an hour, but I'm just
Red
saying, but those two gimmicks this year alone, the way they were handled was just not handled right. And like I said, y'all heard me rant about the Hurt Business, so I'm not going to give it too much into it, but them taking one of the most powerful groups, one of the hottest groups at the beginning of the year, away just so Bobby Lashley would not get cheered at WrestleMania because everybody was on the tail of her. It was hot. It was getting hot. Mm-hmm. You take them away, and then y'all realize, oh shit, we kind of made a mistake. Y'all try to bring them back so they can just get beat up by Goldberg and do nothing with them. And yes, Bobby's still getting booked. And Bobby is still getting MVP, but even if you go on Bobby Lashley's Twitter, he still got a picture of all of them up as his profile picture or like his background picture, because that is something that y'all really gave no time. If y'all really, they could have been the ones that could have been rivaling the Bloodline instead of trying to do another New Day Bloodline type thing. Because no disrespect, we see the New Days and Usos how many times? And it's not the full New Day when you got the other one on another show.
That's a fact.
So why keep doing that? Why not do something new? Put the Bloodline in there.
You mean the Hurt Business? The
Hurt Business against the Bloodline. You could do that for Survivor Series. And if you booked them the right way, it's something new. It's something fresh. You get the Almighty taking on the Tribal Chief. That's some shit I would have, paid more to see. Don't disrespect the Big E at that time we just do the championship on him. It's like, but Big E wasn't built like the Almighty was this year.
I was just mad because it's like they were red hot, like, and this is once again something Vince ain't have his hands in, and he decided, you know what, I'm gonna ruin it. Yeah,
and it sucks. It happened, and like I said, y'all can go back and on any of the podcasts hear my full rants about how they treat the Hurt Business. And I was really hoping they would come back, or even do a 2.0 version of it, because MVP and Bobby been hitting at that thing like they've been pushing for this shit. Okay, even now, to keep doing it, but ain't shit happening. And then we got the mistreatment of Bray Wyatt, which I think was worse than the Hurt Business because he actually got fired. Bray Wyatt, who the Fiend was, you talk about hot. The Fiend was hot when they first introduced him back at SummerSlam. And he came and he had the whole thing. All his momentum went up in a straw when he lost to Goldberg at Super Showdown. And then he never really got to recapture the Fiend type stuff. And then he had the feud with Randy Orton going on. And then they was going to have a chance to reboot him when they burnt him at the end of 2024. TLC.
Right.
And it was like, okay, so now we could get to have charred, crazy super fiend Bray Wyatt come back and do his thing. This man come back at WrestleMania in a big ass Jack in the Box, the cleanest thing ever. I was like, what, he on fire?
Definitely was.
Alexa Bliss distracts him, and he loses cleanly to Randy Orton, and the match is not even long at all. He squashed him at Mania, and then we don't see Bray Wyatt at all for the rest of the year. Was ready to come back at SummerSlam, and he fired him. They gave the whole gimmick over to Alexa Bliss,
which was ridiculous.
And I was like, what's the point of this? Because I didn't have a problem with Alexa Bliss. She was playing the character, but after this, it got old. It got dated. And I was tired of Lily. I was tired of them doing these animatronics to make the doll sit up and have Selena Vega and Piper Niven and Shayna Baszler being scared or going into a trance of this damn doll. The best thing that happened was when Charlotte beat the shit out of Alexa Bliss, took the doll Lily, ripped the doll, and then beat up Alexa Bliss again. I was like, best thing you did all year, Charlotte. Best thing you did all year. Because, I hate when, people get all like, oh, the doll's taking control of me. No, she beat the shit out of Alexa Bliss. Took her doll, ripped it up, and then when Alexa Bliss got mad, like, you want to power up? Shut the fuck up and beat her right through over the announce table. I laughed. And then she comes back in there and starts crying over the damn doll. I was like, that's how you're supposed to do it. Somebody to get, like, you crying over this damn doll, this gimmick that's not even yours. Fuck you. Fuck this gimmick. Get rid of it. Go back to being the goddess. And I'm glad it happened. I'm glad she got her ass kicked like that. Is she gonna come back as a goddess? I don't know, but I'm kind of really over.
Where is she at?
I think she was just an injury, but they just announced on Raw that she's gonna do her road to recovery starting on Monday.
Which makes no sense. Why not just have her come back as the goddess as a surprise
at the Royal Rumble? I mean, because you could have had her. You could have had the Impact World Women's Champion Mickie James as a surprise. You really could have. I don't know. Caused excitement and talk.
How funny would it be if Mickie James eliminated Alexa Bliss? Because remember, Mickie James, this whole rant you just did, Mickie James did it first.
She did. And better.
He called it out, was like, y'all fired Bray Wyatt, but gave his gimmick away.
Yeah. I mean, all that ain't Alexa's fault, but I get what you're saying. But that would have been cool if that and that music came on and the goddess Alexa Bliss walked out there. Everybody like, oh my God, Alexa Bliss, the goddess, is back. The pop would have been huge for that.
Right.
And then the pop would have been huge for Mickie James coming out there like, wait a minute, ain't she with Impact? Is Diana Purrazzo coming out?
I say, not ain't she with Impact. Didn't they throw your shit to you in a trash bag? That's really what it's about.
Oh, yeah. Her retirement package.
Yeah, that too. That's why a lot of people...
Y'all couldn't even ship her a box.
That's why a lot of people out there talk about, she sold her soul. I would never go back. I'm like...
They apparently apologized to her. And if that was enough for her, look.
They need women. They on bending knee right now going around trying to find women for this Royal Rumble because they don't have enough people on their main roster.
No. And
whose fault is that? Because that's going to be my number one. So, I had to get it out the way. And I got my last two. So, if anybody wants to add anything...
Okay, what's the next one? So because
we already know what everybody's number one is.
Yeah.
My next one was the end of Ring of Honor.
Okay, well that's one. So I guess the number one, I'll just tie in my next thing to the number one. So
okay.
Yeah.
The end of Ring of Honor. I wasn't a big Ring of Honor guy. Mm-hmm. I wasn't a fan of Ring of Honor.
You went to a show, didn't you?
I went a couple of Ring of Honor shows.
Yeah.
And there are things about Ring of Honor I like, and there's things about Ring of Honor I don't like. Mm-hmm. But classic Ring of Honor, I can definitely say that was dope. But even me not liking it as much, it being in the background, a place for other wrestlers to go and their craft. Hearing it ending, mm-hmm. I was like, that's a blow to just the wrestling business as a whole. If you're a huge wrestling fan, it's like, there's this toxic fucking fandom out there right now. Especially social media, that you got to pick a side between WWE and AEW. I'm like, y'all got to understand something. There's no fucking war right here. if you're a wrestling fan, you should be happy that both these companies are succeeding. Because when you do that, that creates competition. When you create competition, we win because we get good shit from both sides.
Yep.
From both sides. Whether it be merchandise, video games, shows, matches, and stuff like that. Hell. When they do shit like that, I'm like, we get good shit from both sides. So, and that's what all of wrestling, because everybody wants to try to, do a little bit of something, or not down the forbidden door, which has been knocked down a lot this year. But just hearing it go, and I felt bad for people like, Jay Lethal, Jonathan Gresham, the Briscoes, just to name a few people from Ring of Honor over there that I actually do like. And I was like, oh, what are you going to work? Because everybody can't just go to
AEW. And Impact, I don't think, can handle nothing else. You see, they just fired, or what's his name left? Matt Striker?
Oh, I thought you had an Impact. I don't care about Matt Striker.
I'm just saying, they are hanging on by a thread, and it's a mess over there.
Impact cable is as thick as, I don't know, it was holding them boats down in the shipyard, because Impact is still living, and I don't know how, okay? I don't know how Impact is still around. But I know but with Ring of Honor closings, some people have to go to WWE if they can make it.
Which I doubt they will.
So, you can't say they doubt, because there's some people that haven't had that WrestleMania experience or whatever like that, but I know people like Jonathan Gresham, I see going to Impact.
They have already stated. I only say this because they've stated that they are not interested in picking up indie talent anymore.
You're right.
They want to build homegrown talent so they can take the credit when they get big and they finally do get to the main roster. They're not trying to take no more indie talent because they know they get the backlash. You get more backlash when you have an established talent. Somebody like a Samoa Joe who y'all been dicking around this entire year. For what?
He's fired.
Again.
So,
Vince seemed down the hallway. Hey, pal, wait, why are you here? Oh, shit. And that's what happened.
Actual facts.
That's what happened. So, yeah, that's my number 2. The Ring of Honor going under. And it's... I know they say they're making probably come back in April, but it don't.
I don't know if it's going to happen.
That's not part of my bold predictions of 2022. Ring of Honor returning.
I have one. Bianca losing her title the way she did.
Yes. Bianca Belair at SummerSlam to Becky Lynch. That sucked.
It did.
Me and Prom still arguing about it because I'm just like, she got to get that receipt at WrestleMania because all this shit would have been for nothing.
There's not giving her no receipt at Mania. I'm telling you something. I'm telling you.
Look, all this shit going to be for nothing.
And
I said,
you acting like they don't book to nothing all the time.
I get it.
We just got done talking about WrestleMania and The Fiend, and we thought something's gonna happen with that, right?
Mm-hmm.
Did we just get done talking about all this stuff that they had booked and then went to trash? And you talk about they gotta do it for Bianca? No, they don't.
They're not going to. I don't see that happening. I'm sorry.
They don't be doing no fantasy booking.
It still sucked away.
This man been wanting Naomi in her business forever.
Facts.
I mean, not in her business, in her business or in the bloodline. One of the two.
No, I wanted her in her business before the bloodline became the bloodline for real. Because whatchamacallit was still locked up.
So, I know what number 1 is, but I wonder if we could roll into, because it's connected anyway, the complete. I don't think mismanagement is the right name because I definitely think it was intentional, but the complete mismanagement of any original NXT talent that was called up over the last couple years.
You talk about the whole Triple H purge? Because I was going to talk about that on the podcast.
What's NXT?
I'm talking about the folks that they called up to the main roster, and I personally think never had any intention of doing anything like real with. was like, okay, so we're gonna put you in this, made him look stupid, and then they all got fired.
Yeah, that's all still rolling to
the same thing.
Thing.
I just, because I didn't know if you was just going to talk about the releases or their runs or all of that.
Yeah, well, you got to talk about the runs along with the releases.
Okay, go ahead.
You know, does anybody else have any other bad of
I'm trying to
2021?
think. I mentioned your girl.
We
but no, that's it. That's all I have.
Prime.
I don't have anything.
Q-Flow?
I don't like how they. No, I'm joking. I'm good.
Yes. I don't you ready to watch World Bar. Well, look, might as well get to the first one, and that is the mass firings.
Not getting a title. No, I'm joking.
The mass firings of WWE in 2021. 80 people, wrestlers, and agents and all kinds of things.
Sorry.
Lost.
When you said it like that, it reminded me of Steve Harvey. I thought you was about to say 80 people.
Oh yeah, all said.
Sorry, my bad.
Everybody got a mic.
I'm sorry.
Temptations, 5 guys, 1 mic. Shoot. But 80 people lost their jobs this year alone.
I have seen so many people that are just like, it's a company. What do you guys expect? What company do you know that is not in financial peril lets go of 80 people on their roster, and then just to have to go back like right now and go and scramble and find folks to do your Royal Rumbles or even Battle Royals and stuff, because who is there?
Or kind of like how, have you seen the recent episode of Smackdown?
No.
Let me tell you what the match is for Royal Rumble. Roman Reigns versus Seth Rollins for the Universal Championship. You want to know what's wrong with that picture?
Oh, I know. Seth Rollins isn't a SmackDown star.
I was just about to say that. I was like, am I tripping? Because I was like, I don't want to answer wrong, but I don't think they're on the same show.
Wait a minute. It's Bobby Lashley versus Brock Lesnar for WWE Championship. Even though I want to see the match, what's wrong with that? But
they kind of
He's a free
themselves.
agent. He can do everything he wants because he's fucking
agent.
Brock, fucking Lesnar. But that's what happens. Oh, why do we have the Impact Women's Champion in the Royal Rumble? And why are we seeing Summer fucking Rae and Lita?
Oh, I did not hear about her.
And who else, Brian? Michelle McCool coming back in the
Michelle
Rumble.
McCool, Kelly, your favorite.
Kelly.
Why does Kelly keep coming back?
You know, I'll tell you why.
Kelly is the only one that they like enough to bring back. I think that's why.
Yeah, her
and she retired. She retired early, and they probably was salty about it. She started. She was like what, 16, 17. She retired at like 25.
Yeah.
Like they probably be like, yeah, she could have did more.
But do you know why? Because they ain't got enough women.
They don't.
Oh, and the Bellas.
Oh yes, the Bellas are coming back.
Gotta call babysitters. You know why?
I gotta call babysitters.
Because they got enough fucking people.
I mean, keep it 100 though. I think the Bellas would have came back anyway.
Yeah, I mean them.
For the Royal Rumble, the Bellas is coming back.
I'm not.
I think the Bellas would want to come back, but like this year more than ever, like they in the forefront of the people in the Rumble.
Like seriously, like this was one of the first names mentioned. But with all that being said, look at the disarray. They making money hand over fist. I'm not saying I'm not a businessman, okay, but they are making money.
They definitely bragged about how much this is the most money they've ever got. They definitely bragged about that.
Did you hear the latest rumor? So Freddie Prinze Jr., super random source.
Oh God.
Apparently, I guess at one point he was working for WWE.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was a writer.
Yeah. And
he was there like 2008.
Yeah. So he's apparently friends with somebody who works at Fox. And they were saying that WWE was trying to sell the entire product to Fox. But they were not interested. So they just decided to license SmackDown. And I was just like, everybody's like, oh, because he know a guy who know a guy. I said, but that's not what the story said. The story definitely said he know a man at Fox. Which is not unbelievable. He is Freddie Prinze Jr., whether that means something to the youngins now or not. I could definitely see that.
Well, yeah, that's been hitting the rumor mill for a while.
So
Vince is trying to sell the company.
So why does it seem it doesn't seem unbelievable to me that they would be offloading talent, especially with them re-signing people and trying to just move their assets around. Because yes, they have the money, they can do that, but it's like, why spend our liquid assets if we can just get rid of other people and renegotiate folks' salaries? Because in the last week or so, Kevin Owens, Sami Zayn, and AJ Styles just resigned.
AJ resigned too?
That's the rumor.
No, I think AJ had a 5-year deal in like 2018. Oh wait, is that 5 years? No, that can't be 5 years.
That's 4.
Okay.
Was it 5? Was it a 5-year deal though?
Yeah, because that's back when AEW. So 2019. Whenever the year where they was giving out 5-year contracts to everybody, that's when he resigned.
But what I'm saying is, if you are trying to make it appealing, because they say the reason why it did was because they was asking for this astronomical price, and Fox was like, "You out your monkey ass mind."
Monkey ass.
So if that's the case, it's like, all right, well, maybe if we can take the price down because we can afford to take that hit or whatever, then sure. I just personally, it's y'all fault. Everybody's like, oh, it's a company, people gonna get fired. It is y'all fault for overbloating your roster like this. Because then you just start firing people out of nowhere. And I think that some folks were collateral damage.
Yes.
Like, some people got fired because, why are you here? Like, you've been in catering for 2 years. What are you still doing here? But there are some people who I was just like, you got fired because you were either, one, connected to Triple H. Or because despite you being a decent wrestler or whatever, Vince don't know you well enough. He only know you by face. He just running down the list. Fire this person. Fire this person. Like, there's no
Nick
way
Khan
in the
is
world.
bringing him to listen. He just like, cool. Nick Khan is going around here, and it's because I don't think I could be wrong, but I don't know if Nick Khan knows how this stuff works.
He probably don't.
And I'm like, but when you're sitting there looking at it, and you're like, okay, I have 2 championships. And when I don't have nobody build up on SmackDown to face Roman Reigns, these are the names. Let's just go back to fucking April. Alone. Now, there are people that I understand lost their job. I understand Wesley Blake losing his job. I understand Bo Dallas losing his job. I understand Tucker Knight, but Tucker didn't have to lose his job. But they broke up heavy machinery, and that's what happened.
Tucky.
Tucky.
But it's like, y'all had Samoa Joe, y'all got rid of him, he went back to NXT, and he got released again. Well, they've been released, Lars Sullivan. Andrade didn't want to be there, he left. You got rid of Braun Strowman.
Yes, getting rid of Braun Strowman and Bray Wyatt, and it was
Aleister
like
Black.
That was the
that was ridiculous, yes. Bro. That clearly, I think if we had really been thinking about it, that was the beginning of the end for anything NXT. Because
I was about to say, if I was a superstar and somebody like Black got fired, I would have been shitting my pants because, like, all right, everybody catching it.
Because they was building they had a vignette, and he came out and attacked Big E on SmackDown and got fired.
Like the next show.
Yes.
There was
and it's just
no reason for him to get fired.
That's why I said, if we had been sitting back thinking about it, we're like, damn, they about to clean house of any and everything NXT related, because there was no other reason. Give me a reason why Aleister Black would have, like, a legitimate reason why Aleister Black or Bray Wyatt or Braun Strowman would have been, because even Braun Strowman, with the limited skill set he had, y'all was still giving him shit. what other reason would they have to have been cut loose? Besides the fact that they came from Triple H.
Braun Strowman comes from Triple H.
But
I mean, he was in NXT for like a little bit, but he was still more of a WWE guy. Yeah.
But was he? If you were a part of the like black and gold traditional NXT, and you did not get grandfathered in that small class of the Roman Reigns, Seth Rollins, Sasha Banks, Becky Lynch, them folks, if you came anytime after that, I personally would be like, I might get fired sometime within the next year or so.
But honestly, people, at that time, people wasn't looking at it that way. They was looking at it like, why are y'all getting rid of, what's the reason, something like that.
Yeah.
Happening. It didn't, I really don't think, it didn't start happening until the report came out about them releasing people like Bronson Reed, who just won North American Championship, and Bobby Fish, and Mercedes Martinez, and Leon Ruff, and Jake Atlas. Dumb people. I was like, wait a minute. Those names are all NXT names.
Mm-hmm.
And then that's when, I think the curiosity really started flowing, like, what we got going on here. And then it got even, then after that August hit, and then it was like, all right, oh, by the way, let's get rid of Karrion Kross and Keith Lee and Mia Yim and Ember Moon and then Hit Row. And then I was like, and Orny Lorcan.
That Hit Row shit, even though I was not a personal fan of Hit Row, that was some bullshit.
Oh, Hit Row was... Oh.
That was some bullshit. I was just like, at that point, you had to know it was a personal... Now, old boy shot himself in the foot. You did not make it you didn't make it hard at all for them to get rid of you. Once they got rid of the girl. What? Please forgive me. I don't remember her name. Beefhead. Once they got rid of her and he started talking all the shit, and he was talking all the shit when they got moved up, you didn't make it any harder for them to be like, well, we can get rid of him. However, bringing folks up just to release them, like, what was that for?
They did that to pop the crowd and pop the rating, because Hit Row, even on the way this new NXT is going now, they could survive in this new 2.0 NXT. Mm-hmm. Hit Row could have lived out. You got Legado del Fantasma, who they were feuding with, still surviving on this NXT. Barely, but they're still down there. They could do the same thing. But they called them up because they were cool. There's something about them that people like. And when they got up there, they was like, well, I thought they were cool. Yeah, there was a reason why they were cool. And then you don't know what to do with them, so you fired them. And that right there, all that shit sucks. Mm-hmm. And now we're at a point where whether people want to admit it or not, we're at a point where now there's no point in Blanchard's, because there is not enough people in these divisions without doing every kind of match over. We've seen Roman run the gauntlet already. Mm-hmm. But why is the gauntlet that thin? Literally, there's nobody else after Roman is done with Seth. Then we go into Mania, which is going to be the Brock Lesnar thing. People is going to be Brock, trust me. And I
got a bold prediction on that one.
Okay, after the Brock thing is done, there's nobody else. You can try to build somebody else back up. I'm talking on SmackDown. If y'all really want to keep this brand split going,
they're going to have to, because they are going to keep their bigger names on SmackDown, because Fox said we don't want the bullshit talent show.
Bigger names? All the bigger names on Raw right now.
So I think you might be right. Maybe they will. But
Roman and Charlotte is the biggest names on SmackDown.
So what do you think they'll do then? Do you think they will just combine everybody and tell USA and Fox, like, y'all just gonna have to suck it up?
No, but that's what comes to our bold predictions.
Okay.
So, but does anybody want to add anything to the words to talk about all these releases that happened?
I got nothing.
I'm good.
I just want to say, people can say what they want about, this is how we're supposed to want to lose their jobs. Nobody should lose their job because two people are fighting behind the scenes and you're doing things for spite. And I just had to be used as a pawn. That's fucked up. No matter which way.
That's just wrestling. Unfortunately.
Yeah, that's the fucking wrestling part of it.
I mean, it's true.
Yeah.
But then that happens in wrestling and all kinds of other businesses.
If you wasn't fucking with the click back in the day.
But it's still bullshit.
It is bullshit.
You tell me, Shawn Michaels said, Marty Jannetty, get out of here.
That's it. That's all I have.
Well, there's a big politics. So
also, are Stephanie and Triple H, like, people was really like, are they getting divorced? Because what? That was another bad thing about 2021. They tried to take Triple H out, bro.
If we come in 2022 that Triple H is serving papers, and I'm talking about Triple H serving papers. If
they would never let that happen.
I would.
He would request it, and they'd make Stephanie file it. They would never let that happen.
Oh, they'll not reveal. They talk about what's going on with you and Steph. Oh, you know what I'm saying?
I wouldn't be surprised if it was something like they're not together for real, and they just have been keeping it up for face value. Because it's like, bro.
What happened? Why Vince hate Triple H?
There's no way in the world, bro. Like, you're not finna be my father-in-law, business or no business, and be shitting on me like this. I had a heart episode and everything because y'all are trash.
We gonna start calling shit an episode. This nigga had a heart attack.
Did he have a heart attack? I don't know. They never said. They just said he had a cardiac.
What's a heart episode?
Who knows?
What, the heart just skipped the beat? You know what I'm saying? It was just like, oh, the heart's a little tired.
You can have, like, there are other things. You can have murmurs and shit like that.
You're right. But after bro, after Triple H's baby was just like, yo, can you imagine somebody taking your favorite toy and they it's like, oh my God, like, you had so much care with this. They take it and they just banging that shit across the floor.
Facts. I've seen that actually happen as an oldest child.
Yeah. And after they're done playing with it, they throw it in the trash.
My life.
That's what's. It's like. What can you? But this how you can. Like, if I go whoop that ass,
and you just gotta eat it.
Yeah.
And then also this. Can y'all stop running around saying NXT failed? Like, NXT as a whole failed because AEW came and beat them in the ratings.
They were set up to fail in the first place.
Like, what? I'm saying, people are saying that the entire NXT was a failure. NXT was out here completely on its own before AEW ever came. Why the fuck?
They should have kept it on the network, and they should have kept it at that time slot that they had that.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So you cannot discount all the work that everybody behind the scenes and in front of the camera did, saying NXT itself failed because AEW started beating it in the ratings in the last 2 years. Are you kidding me?
I said they were set up to fail. You could put AEW against Raw at that time slot, and I mean, it wouldn't have killed Raw because you still got the casuals, believe it or not. But I'm just saying, it's going to naturally happen because it's something new.
Mm-hmm.
Something new that people are getting to. It's like a broadcast indie show at that time, especially in the early.
Oh, the early days, yes.
Of AEW. So.
Well, go ahead. I'm sorry. I don't want to.
All right, guys. Well, that was the worst 2021. Stay tuned next week for the best of 2021.